ShinRobjira.
Today we're going to be talking about the Bandai Ultra Big Soft Vinyl Ultraman Z Standard and Sevenger figures. Now my history with good old Moodbot and Ultraman Z really don't go that far back. I pretty recently, somewhat recently, watched the entirety of the series with my good friend Corey and Godzilla Productions TV, subscribe. And I found myself loving every little minute of it because it's just so good. The drama, the ultra drama, the people, the persons, situations, the monsters. Everything about Ultraman Z was just good. I enjoyed it. Even the dancing episode, which some people don't like, which I don't understand why they don't like because that was genius. Ultraman Z impressed me. It was my very first current gen Ultraman show, so it left quite the impression, and the second these things went up on HobbyLink Japan, which you can find links to in the description below, let them know on Twitter that I sent you, please. I nabbed them instantaneously, and let me tell you, I am not regretting it. Let's take a closer look. Now, for those who don't know, don't care, or just don't remember, I have talked about the Ultra Big Soft Vinyl line before. It was earlier in the year with my review of the Ultra Big Soft Vinyl line Ultraman Tiga figure. I touted this as the way I want all of my Ultraman figures to look moving forward, but then I read that the line was canceled in late 2018, had to refilm the outro for that video, and yada yada yada. But thankfully, and obviously, the line is back. We have two new, beautiful additions to that line, and I'm very much happy with what this figure presents. Yes, it is missing paint on the back, mostly the black accents, the red accents on the elbows, and the silver accents on the underside of the arms, as well as the black accents on the shoulders, full red stripes on the inner thighs, and the red-tipped Ultra Tims, tier. I am very much happy that the entirety of the figure's back is actually painted, because for those who don't remember, don't know, or just don't care, the Bandai Ultra 500 line produces smaller figures with zero paint on the back and half-painted profiles. Yikes. Yeah, as much as I am upset about this figure actually missing paint, I will take this and everything that isn't on this figure any day over this. Premium lays, Bandai. The tails are one thing, but half-painted figures? You're lucky I love Ultraman Tiga. So just to go over it one more time, we are missing all the black accents from the inner thighs, the Ultra cheeks to the Ultra back. We are missing the red accents on the elbows, and we are going to be missing the silver line on the inside of the arm. Bummer, yes. Better than this though? Absolutely. We also will be missing out on fully painted red stripes on the inner thighs and the red-tipped Ultra Tims. But for the most part, in talking about paint and detail, this figure is absolutely lovely. From the side profile that showcases the mohawk, the dorsal fin on the back of Ultraman's body, the plate separation on the face, the separation of silver and blue lines on the neck, the diamond-shaped crest on the mohawk to the ears, to the perfect Ultra lips and chin. His eye over here, though, is a little bit messed up. It's more so lower down than it really needs to be. If you look at it from this angle, you can see some of it's kind of on the face. But when you look at it from the top, you can see that half of the eye up there is mostly unpainted. The detail on this figure is great. It's fantastic. I mean, just look at that chest. So much detail, minimal yet beautiful paint, and I just really do love that the Z at the center of the chest is a nice metallic blue, which will separate it from the rest of the figure's blue. But there is a pretty nasty case of you guys didn't fully paint the design on the chest, and there is going to be some paint bleed through on certain areas, especially on the legs. It doesn't upset me because it was very much present on the Ultra Big Soft Vinyl Ultraman Tiga figure, but since I now have a grading system and I have to be honest with this, the paint, while fantastic where it is not so fantastic where it's not so fantastic, and there's a few things on the front of the figure, mainly the feet, that really should have been painted, so paint is going to get a half star from me, but detail is definitely going to get a full star. Let's talk about something else now. With a series name like the Ultra Big Soft Vinyl line, you'd expect this figure to be pretty big, right? Well, he is. He is slightly over 9 inches tall, and he towers over other figures from Bandai and beyond. He's a big figure. He's got big in his name. It all works out. So he's got ultra big soft vinyl details and paint, but does he have ultra big soft vinyl articulation? Let's find out. Ultraman Z can go all the way around at the arms like so, and he can go all the way around at the waist, and that is pretty much going to be it. And in all honesty, that's all you really need. Solid star. And of course, an ultra big soft vinyl figure is going to need an ultra big, very obnoxious tag that I can't fit into a top loader, and it does look fantastic. I love all the attention to detail with the silvers, the blues. It looks great. I love the logo. I really, really do. It gives you some stats on the figure, a nice little scannable. And on the back of the figure, you get a bunch of other stuff that you would normally get on the back of a tag, and the tag doesn't really open up too much, and that's pretty much all that's in it. 2.5 freaking stars out of 3. Let's move on to Sevenger. Now, ultra big soft vinyl Sevenger, or Moodbot as I call him. Why do I call him that? Just look at him. He's sad. He looks like he just went through a 12-hour Joji bender. Absolutely can relate. 'Cause I don't know. Moving on, there's just so many places that my eyes dart to when looking at this figure. It could be the paint, minimal as it is. It could be the amazing amount of detail that went into this figure. It could be the absolutely obscene amounts of screen accuracy that this figure bleeds. Or it could be the fact that Sevenger is the real tin can. From top to bottom, this figure is just stacked. The only little flub that I've come across is some faint yellow over here and some weird abrasions in the silver paint on the underside of the mouth area. But for the most part, though, even on the back, Sevenger is a dream come true. From the tiny little minute details on the throat/neck area, it just looks so good, to all of the amazing details on the chest area. It looks so good. And it looks like a perfect one-to-one recreation of the material used to make the suit for the show. Look at this. Look at that Sevenger fist and forearm. Look at that Sevenger shoulder and elbow and bottom of the forearm. Look at the amazing detail on the back/jetpack. Even his Robo Mood Boy diaper over here is fully painted. Every golden rivet, it's there. There's just so much to see when you look at this figure. And it's not just a first look and you've seen it all. I've looked at this figure multitudes of times and have seen things for the first time nearly each and every single time. Like right now, this is the first time I'm noticing that exists. And I just absolutely love that that attention to detail is all over the figure, even on the legs. Hell, even on the back of the legs too, man. Like, damn. It even looks like he's got toes with the attributing detail on the legs. I honestly don't think I can complain about a single thing about this figure. If I had to throw a complaint out there, maybe make these a darker gray. That's pretty much it. I'd like it the way it is, honestly. I love this figure so much. I mean, seriously, look at that. Lines in the eyes, the lines on the head, lines on the mouth over here. It's all there. In all honesty, the only thing stopping this figure from being 100% screen accurate is just these not being painted, but I like how it looks like that, and I'm really trying not to have this bias for Sevenger, but it's there, and I love this figure the way it is. I really do. So I'm going to be giving paint a full star, and I'm going to be giving detail a full star. From the base of the figure looking like the near same material that they used for the suit, just to all the little doodad details on there. I love this thing. I really, really do. Let's talk about something else now, shall we? Why'd you do that? Now, Sevenger over here is a little bit shorter than Ultraman because he kind of lacks a neck and a throat and all that, and he doesn't have a mohawk, but for the most part, for something called an ultra big soft vinyl figure, he's big, he's ultra, he's soft, he's a vinyl figure. He towers over a few of my other Ultraman releases, and he just looks good. Paint, detail, he shines. It's a fantastic figure, and I'm totally kicking myself in the keister for not nabbing the 500 series version of Sevenger. I just can't get enough of Sevenger. I love him. Moodbot forever. He can walk the walk of paint and detail, but can he talk the talk of articulation? Let's find out. I'm pretty sure I've used that before. Moodbot Sevenger can go all the way around at the arms, just like Ultraman Z, and he can spin at the torso. Like so. And yet again, ultra big soft vinyl figure, ultra big tag, fantastic picture of Sevenger. We've got some stats over here, a scannable. Same thing on the back of the tag. Nothing but a serial number on the inside of the tag. And the exact same range of articulation. This is pretty much all I was expecting from these figures, given my experiences with the line prior. So, yeah, full star when it comes to articulation for Sevenger. So Ultraman Z over here is going to be getting 2.5 stars out of 3, while Sevenger is going to be getting 3 out of 3 stars. Sevenger just has more detail. I personally like the way he looks more, even with the little bit of flubs that he has. And yes, he is missing paint, but I think he looks just as good without that paint. It's a personal preference, I guess. I'm trying not to let my Sevenger bias just take over for me. But for the most part, I love and enjoy both of these figures so much, and even with the issues that I have with Ultraman Z, I couldn't recommend him enough either. And that's it. That's the end of the review. Do so hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next week for possibly only one review. And it's Heavy Paint Apps Ghidorah.